Hey everybody, welcome into this new video to Express. Welcome back. I am Steven. I'm going to be showing you which is the best hosting for WordPress in the 2023. So let's get started. So welcome back everybody. I know it's really important to choose the actual right hosting for WordPress, since WordPress is a really amazing site to create your website, sometimes for free, sometimes it's for marketing stuff, online store, a blog. That's really depending what you're actually trying to look for. So in this tutorial, we're going to be explaining the best 7 hosts of the WordPress so you can figure out which one fits for you the best. So what I'm going to be talking about today is what look for into the WordPress host. We're going to be talking about the overview of each host provider. We're going to be talking about the hosting providers we can include. You have the direct comparison of those. You have a custom recommendation based on your actual needs. And lastly, I can talk about a few points that we can all talk about each hosting services, the importance of choosing the right one. And of course, I'm going to be leaving you the link in the description for any trial or discount that we run into here into the WordPress. So with all of that being said, let's just jump into the actual video so we don't take more than 15 minutes. So let's move on. So what exactly is a WordPress host? The hosting of this WordPress is a service specifically optimized for this WordPress website. So this one offers features and resources tailored to the platform. So while there are many hosting options available, not all are equally suited for WordPress in terms of performance, security, and ease of use. So what I'll be talking about here is into what are the key factors to choose the WordPress host. So first of all, I do love to work and focus into the performance and reliability. So this uptime refers into the time of website is fully operational and accessible to users. That means the loading speed, knowing that faster websites offer a better user experience and are favored by search engines. The resources like the RAM, CPU, and storage, and the effective website performance is really going to be really important, and something a really factor can be helping us to figure out which one is really important for all of us. Now, these specific features can be like a plus, but I can talk and I can tell that the customer support is going to be really important when it comes to finding the best host of the WordPress. And of course, the security measures, as we are actually moving on into the common threats like the hacking and the malware. So for this tutorial, we focused into 7 hosts that works with WordPress. First of all, we have the Dream host. We're going to be talking about SiteGround, Hostinga, Bluehost, GoDaddy, Kingstep, and HostGator. The 7 of them work with WordPress, but which one is the best or which one is best for us? Now, one of the common mistakes that people do when they want to define any specific host is to check out the prices. So if I told you guys that I have here the 7 sections here, the hosts of the actual WordPress, what I commonly do is to go directly into the services and the actual pricing. For example, WordPress hosting starting with $2.59. So here into this side, ground starting from $2.99. So far, I believe that the most easy one is the Dream host because it's more affordable so far. If I moved on into the Hostinga, I have starting from $2.49 plus 2 months free. So for me, it's going to be really huge sale. So now moving on into the Bluehost, we have the shop of these starting on $2.95. So going directly into GoDaddy, the prices should be moving on once again, depending on what they're actually offering for us. So when I automatically talked about something that is off my budget, I discarded. So that's something that is sometimes not the great opportunity, not the great solution. It doesn't matter how much money you're actually willing to pay, but how much money you're willing to invest into your host stuff, into your actual account, into your website, whatever. So yes, maybe the plans of the WordPress into GoDaddy goes a little bit so up, let's say $10. But this one comes with a Alio Toms. They have one website, 10 gigabyte storage, AI creation tool, unmetered bandwidth, free domain, free SSS certificate, pre-install of the WordPress, daily backups, web application firewall, daily malware scans, malware removal, and so on and on. So first of all, when I wanted to make a quick comparison between all of this is to talk about the features that I want, what I'm really be interested in. It doesn't matter if this one has 100 benefits or thousands of benefits. I just wanted to focus into what I am going to be truly using into WordPress. So you don't want to pay for something that has more than 15 or hundreds and hundreds of benefits if you're actually not going to be using them. So it's really important to figure out what you're actually going to be using into an actual WordPress hoster. Kingstaff, for example, they do have a starter plan of $35 per month with 25,000 visits. 10 GB storage, so 1% migration and all of that. So it's something that can be helping you to, let's say, for people who wanted to get started, they wanted to get really great engagement. And let's say that from people who wanted to get 25,000 visits from the day number one, it's going to be really attractive stuff. Once again, it's really important what you're actually interested in. And lastly, when you have the host Gata, this one actually comes with a little bit more or less than $2 per month. Now the host Gata actually works with WordPress, but I believe this one is actually designed for people from Latin America, but they actually have really great engagement and let's say really great plans when it comes to work with WordPress. So the personal plan comes with 1 year domain, professional email, host a domain with unlimited subdomains, 5 gigabytes, and free SSL certificate. And it comes more and more plans. For example, the business plan, the entrepreneur plan, and much more. And I believe that this one actually really affordable. So if I go for the plan of Turbo, actually I have 1 2 3 4 5 a lot of elements that I can use instead of managing the Kingstaff, the GoDaddy, the Bluehost, hosting your site around. They do have more elements here, but once again, you want to figure out which one fits for you the best. If you have something that's actually really affordable price and huge, but truly huge of elements that can be helping you to get started, usually these kind of hosters actually comes with something called a really slow engagement RAM and all of that. So usually when people wanted to get started and check out your actual website, sometimes really slow. It's going to be telling you to load your images. Sometimes it's going to be having like a lot of reloads and all of that. So that's the reason why you don't want to focus into that kind of actual websites and hosters. So let's try to make like a side comparison between all of these actual sections. It doesn't matter. You don't need to have an actual account into this 7 hosts, because what's going to be happening here is that you're going to be having a lot of truly a lot of emails into your personal email of the dream host, of the host thingy, of the Bluehost or GoDaddy, Kingstaff. There's a lot of emails that you don't want to focus in. What I do love to use is to go with actual 3 elements that can be helping me to get started with. The very first thing that I wanted to do is to open a new tab, 7 different tabs, so I can figure out which is like the most important for me. Now here into the 2023, what I love to use is to use another tab and ask the actual artificial intelligence to tell me what is the best WordPress hosting out there. If you go into the Bing.com, here we have the chat section, where this is actually developed with the technology of ChatGPT number 4, which, as all of you guys might know, this is only for paid customers. But if you have the chat of the Bing section, this is totally for free. So if I ask like which is the best WordPress hosting, I might be seeing that I have a few hostings named here into the chat on artificial intelligence section. So I'm going to scroll a little bit down. And as you can see, it says there's no definitive answer to what is the best WordPress hosting, as different providers might suit different needs and preferences. This is something that we actually discussed a few minutes ago. It doesn't matter if this actually is really affordable, if this has more elements than the other one. At the end of the day, what you want to do is to focus into your actual needs. Now, however, some of the factors that you might want to consider is the type of the hosting WordPress. It can be shared cloud, the features, the benefits, the customer support. And as you can see, based on this criteria, some of the best WordPress hosting providers in the 2023 are, and we have hosting, we have the SiteGround and the WP Engine. So as you can see from the 7 stuff that we actually talking about, there are 2 that the artificial intelligence is telling us that is actually really great. For example, they have the SiteGround and the hosting. In this case, I have only SiteGround and the hosting and the actual price. And speaking about the affordable prices, of course, hosting comes with more and more elements. So now, what you can do once you find like the best reviews of any specific hoster is to go and claim the deal, or to get started with something called a actual free trial plan. So what you wanted to do, if you don't wanted to pay absolutely for anything, but you wanted to see how does the actual hostings work, what you can do is to try to get your very first account. Let's say that I wanted to go here into logged in. I go into not a member yet, choose a hosting plan, and I scroll a little bit down until I find the actual section where it says the chat support. For example, here's the contact us. How can we assist you? Find out more. Here's our office location. And here is the media, sales inquiries, lost access chat with the customer success team, and go here into logged in. So usually what a lot of people do is that they actually talk to the people who are here inside the hosting, and they just ask. You have to ask the people. Let's say, for example, that I don't have enough money. I wanted to have like a trial version. So I wanted to see if this one is affordable for me or not. I wonder if I can get like a discount so I can get started with, in this case, Hostinger, and they might be responding to you in less than 1 day. So this is why it's going to be really important to talk about all of these elements inside the actual listed sections of the whatever trial hoster you are going to be actually using in. Now, the Forbes.com section is an amazing blog section that is really featured into the latest years from the 2018 till today. And so far, they have a list of the best WordPress hosting services, and they can tell you what is the best feature for this WordPress hosting. For example, if we are actually working with HostGator that we actually have in here, for example, the HostGator, the best thing about the HostGator is the best for security promised. The Bluehost has the best dashboard. The DreamHost has the best for customer support. GoDaddy has the best database management. HostWins the best for simplicity. Namecheap the best value, and so on and on. Now, what I do love to use and speak about the actual arguments of the blogs is that what I can do is to focus into what matters the most for me. Let's say, for example, that I'm looking for something truly easy to use. So speaking about all of these elements, speaking about the ChatGPT support, what I can do is to try to find the best solution for me. For example, Forbes says that best for simplicity host wins. If I open any tab, I'm going to go for chat of the bank section. For example, let's go for the chat section here. I go for Bing chat, and let's say I stop here, and let's say that I wanted to look for the best hosting server of WordPress that has the best simplicity and ease of use so far. If you don't know anything about WordPress or how to use a hosting, whatever, so as you can see, the best one so far, we have the Hostinger, the Scala hosting, and the WP Engine. If I go back in here, it believes that the HostWins actually works as well. I'm going to leave you a link down below with these great tools, of these great blogs that can be helping you to figure out which one fits for you the best. Once again, once you find the best solution that can be using on, then what you can do is to try to check it out. This is actually really great for you. For example, the DreamHost. I'm going to hit now into learn more. And as you can see, we have the DreamHost shared with a website hosting. This is something that we actually used a few minutes ago. So you're gonna hit now to get started, pick your term. Let's say for example, the starter plan of the $2.59. I'm gonna go and choose a domain later. I'm gonna pay with a credit or a debit card, name on card, card number, and all of this information. I hit now into add my credit card, account to set up, and hit now to continue. Now, the Dream host has this great chat widget of the 24/7 sales help. So this is something we actually discussed a few minutes before, which is to talk to them and tell them you wanted to try the Dream host, maybe for free for a few days, or maybe with just an actual discount so you can figure out this one is actually great for you or not. This is why it's going to be helping you to get started with the actual Dream host section. Now, if you don't know how to use WordPress, if you wanted to focus and see how does the actual WordPress work, but you don't want to pay absolutely for anything yet, after you make use of the actual WordPress, what I can totally suggest to you is to use something called Pantheon. So you're going to type pantheon.io. And now this pantheon.io is going to be helping you to get started with the actual WordPress, and you can start totally for free. You don't have to pay absolutely for anything. So type it here into start for free, and it's going to be asking you to connect a free account. I'm going to go here and choose a Google account. Let's see, for example, this one, and hit now into continue, and now your account should be created right away. So what you can do here into Pantheon, it's going to be really easy to use pantheon.io. What you wanted to do is to go directly into your site, and here into your site you have you can create your new site, and this one can be based into WordPress. So I'm going to choose this option. This hosting is going to be helping a lot, so you can figure out how does the actual WordPress works. You have the loading here, create your Pantheon site. Let's see, for example, the name of my Pantheon site is going to be, let's go for third month. Choose a region, let's go for United States, and hit now into continue. And just like that, my Pantheon site should be created automatically, and I don't need to do like a lot of stuff. And now it's going to be helping me to choose my very first dashboard and the deploying of the actual website. It's going to be creating a CMS. It's going to be deploying my CMS. It's going to be creating all of the elements speaking about having an actual website inside WordPress. And once again, we don't have to pay for an actual hosting here. And now, as you can see, here's my development site. So what I usually need to do is to go here and to visit development site or to the site administrator. And since we are here for the very first time inside of WordPress, I can go here into the language, of course, English. And now it's going to be asking for the information needed. For example, my site title, as you remember, it would be third month. My username, I'm going to type exactly the same. The password, I'm going to try to change it for something much more easier. The email should be exactly the same that you signed in with your Pantheon account, and hit into the style, the actual WordPress. With now all of this information set it up, I'm going to hit now into logged in, and it's going to be sending us into the sign into my WordPress site. I type the actual passcode here, and I hit now into logged in. And just like that, we are now inside the development section on the Pantheon side, but inside the WordPress section, which now brings us into this new element of WordPress. For example, you can go here into the plugins. You can see that I have now access to all of these elements, adding a new plugin, for example, the classic editor, the classic widgets, the body press gear, performance left, performance plugin for the proper performances, rollback auto update, the appearance of how it's going to be looking my actual website, new versions available, so you can check out which one fits for you the best and hit into activate them. And just like that, I'm going to hit now to visit my site, and this is how it's going to be looking my site so far. Of course, I needed to change a lot of elements and customize it, but now I do have access inside WordPress with the actual great Pantheon. I mean, it's going to be really awesome to have WordPress available, but it's going to be missing a lot of stuff. For example, my own domain, my own security stuff, the malware, the process of the gigabytes, my own email customization, the support, of course. You can do all of this directly into the Pantheon as well, but they do have their actual own prices. So what I believe that is going to be really helpful is to try another hosting devices so far. So if in my case, I wanted to look for something easy to use, affordable, and with not a lot of elements, but only what it matters most, which is the latest version, it really tried to support a temporary domain, name, and everything for beginners. I believe that I could be going directly with the host thing so far. And now that I have the access to check out if they can have like a discount so I can get started so far, I'm going to be using Hostinger from day number one. Once again, once you choose the best option for you, once you checked out everything with the Bing chat of artificial intelligence, check out a few blogs, look out for your own needs, you can figure out which one it fits for you the best and try to make like a big comparison between which one is most important for you. You don't have to be the sport. Try to not be persuaded by how it's going to be looking, their actual designs of their website. What it matters the most is the actual elements, the pricings, and what is really important for you. In this case, the simplicity, the ease of use, the chat support, and I think that'll be actually it. So I'm going to be leaving guys a link down below in the description for the best tools that can be helping you to find out which is the best hosting for the actual WordPress. And of course, you're going to be leaving you the link down below of the Pantheon so you can get started with your actual WordPress deployment today with no cost. And you don't have to be signed up with anything. You don't have to pay for absolutely anything. This is just for figuring out how to use WordPress and how you can use a hosting for this WordPress. And this is only to figure out how you can use the WordPress and how you can develop your own website and see what are the elements that you needed to see into a specific hosting. So with that being said, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching the video. We cannot wait to see what you can actually do here into the WordPress with whatever hosting that you actually chose. You have the link down below in the description, of course. And well, thank you so much for watching the video, guys. See you next time.